Ciao a tutti, it's Autumn, and when I was looking at my replays, I noticed there were no mirror matches, I think. Certainly no Artifact Sharptrix mirror matches, so yeah. I'm not entirely sure whether they're both playing Cat, but yeah, they're both playing an Artifact Sharptrix deck. And yeah, it's Raminator versus Tiger Soldier. I don't remember which tournament this is from. Raminator is playing the Void Truffle and the Traptrix Truffle Nightmare. It's interesting. Wiretap is also interesting. And Sanctum. Meanwhile, Tiger Soldier has big attack, Soul Charge, Moral Attack, Maxi, Call of the Haunted, and Duality. So this kind of depends on Duality, whether he can draw an MST or something, whether or not his hand is good or not. But yeah, Raminator drew those three cards I mentioned: the Sanctum, Soul Charge, and Dark Hole. And I think the Raminator profiled this deck, so it's probably Hat, I think. I know Raminator has a deck profile on his channel. I was talking to him yesterday, actually. Which is weird because I haven't spoken to him in a long time, and I didn't pick this replay based on who was playing it, only on what was being played, really. But yeah, sorry for getting distracted, but he dualities into the perfect top deck. Ignition. Couldn't have got a better duality target, so yeah. And Raminator doesn't plays it safe, doesn't use the Sanctum. But he top decks Mind Control, which is gonna be kinda useless. Meanwhile, Tiger Soldier goes for it. Goes for the play. Neither of these guys have opened a normal summon, which is kinda interesting. But here, Ram lets Big Attack go through. That is certainly interesting, considering that, you know, there's no reason to activate the Moral Attack's effects. Like, you know, yes, he has TTHM, but I don't know, seems kind of risky, but... Okay, maybe he's playing around the Call of the Haunted. And... I'm not sure if Void Truffle hits both cards. That will be interesting to know, and useful to know. You know, I'm not a judge, so... he makes play of this, negates it with Truffle. I guess that works if he chains play this to Void Truffle. I guess. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure. I wonder. I don't know if that was legal. But Tiger normal summons Diania to go for some damage. Tiger goes for Call of the Haunted, but Raminator lets it go through, doesn't use Wiretap. That's weird. I don't know, I would have used it considering, you know, there's no other back rows. You know, might as well, but at the same time, Ram doesn't have any aggro really to his name. So maybe he's just trying to play the long game. And he goes for, you know, obviously Moral Attack. Moral Attack pops Pleiades. Yep. Tiger finally top decks Myrmilio. So I can search Bottomless or TTHN. Searches Bottomless, fair enough. In this game state, I would have done the same. Summons 101. But, you know, Ram has TTHN, so we can negate that. Yep. Soul Charge, and, you know, Ram doesn't have any artifact set, which, you know, Tiger knows already. Like, you can tell, because, like, he hasn't used any. He summoned Moral Attack instead of Big Attack, so pretty safe to MST blindly. Um, so yeah, he summons 4. Not entirely sure whether I would have also summoned 4. I might have just avoided a moral attack. But he blinds he blind MSTs into Call of the Haunted. Makes Durandal for some reason, not entirely sure why. He Tiger is not known for playing one Pleiades, so yeah, I'm not sure. Because like there's nothing good to get MST'd. And then in black ships. Sure, right, fair enough. And you know, you absolutely do not want to shuffle Ram's hand back because you know you can tell it's a pretty shit hand just by the way he's playing it. So yeah, there's MST. That's yeah. Like you know, Pleiades wouldn't have fared much better versus Mind Control Dark Hole, but still, I don't quite get the Durandal line here, the big idea. But here we go. We see him go for a pretty desperate play. Soul Charge for 1 moral attack. I don't know. I would have saved it. You know, you have Sanctum. But yeah, actually no. Okay. I guess it's fair because you know you can Sanctum next turn, get 42,000 damage, and you know he has Tiger has for 4,000, and you know you MST'd the Bottomless Away. Sorry, the Bottomless Away. He has Breakthrough skill. Ram doesn't know that, but you know there's a decent chance it's Breakthrough. If if he draws another trap, which he does, he has Wiretap. So you know that Wiretap finally paying off. But why didn't he use that Sanctum? I'm confused. I would have just gone for the aggro play myself. It's kind of fine because actually not really, because no. God, he top decks Myrmilio, searches Void, Tiger is on Void, Sanctum goes for more attack. You know he has Breakthrough, but not that important. It just prevents game. Top decks Myrmilio, and yeah, that's game. That went on for longer than needed. And they're talking a bunch about I guess I can read it. So absurdly tiny margins here for Tiger. I consider shuffling your hand. Yeah, that was close, but felt surely you don't have hole as well. To be honest, that was a pretty interesting choice for you. Yeah, that's also what I was what I'm saying, Tiger. And that'd just give you a better hand. I was holding on to it the whole game. Yeah, no, I get that. Since you did nothing in the early turns. Yeah, Almao. Still, I was imagining that your hand was something like that artifact suck charge plus D or something trash like that. Right, yeah. And that my Durandal shuffle would literally make you draw a hole. That's understandable. That would probably have happened if that was the case, indeed. Yeah, that was a pretty long conversation, and yeah. Gave insight, so warranted being read, but Tiger is going first. He draws Duality, Crow, Compulsory, Big Attack, Ignition, and Sanctum. Meanwhile, Ram draws Duality, Wiretap, Breakthrough, Soul Charge, and Call. Let's see what Tiger gets of Duality. Duality Banco Karka, yeah, Karka is absolutely the play here. He already has Crow, doesn't need Duality, and he doesn't have a normal summon, so yeah. Straightforward there. You know, Tiger has a pretty incredible hand. Ram really needs to pull that breakthrough off. And he draws Double Cyclone and Call of the Haunted, which are pretty stellar top decks, frankly. You know, you can actually use Ignition as an MST and get a lot more value that way over time. But yeah, Ram top decks breakthrough skill, and with duality he hits Dionia, Torrential Tribute, and Double Cyclone. That is not what was needed here. He gets the Torrential, which, yeah. Like, knowing both hands, it's the correct play. Not knowing both hands, I probably still would have picked the Torrential over Dionia. Yep, he goes for the Ignition play to save the Double Cyclone, and he goes Sanctum so he can set both backwards and you know, start agreeing out. Okay, that was interesting. I would not have summoned Big Attack myself. I would have gone for Moral Attack, beat for 2100 that turn, and then Double Cyclone the next turn into Big Attack and get out more value that way. But he goes for the aggressive play, which, you know, okay, it actually makes sense considering, you know, he has Breakthrough Engrave, and he has also Breakthrough on the field, but he doesn't know that, obviously. But yeah, that is a good way to play around the Breakthrough Engrave. But, yeah, that still, like, makes... I guess in this context, it works out. If he didn't have the Breakthrough Engrave, I probably would not have done that. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have done that without, regardless, but you know, that's just because I wouldn't have thought about, you know, Plague out Breakthrough. But Tiger top decks into Bottomless, which, you know, is kinda mid right now. And Tiger goes for the Tiras, which is absolutely the correct play here. But you know, he has Torrential and Breakthrough, so that doesn't work out that well. Especially since you know, now he has 2 Breakthroughs in grave. But at the same time, you know, Ram doesn't have any monsters to hit, so it's actually kind of right. And top decks into a dead Big Attack, and that's nasty. But I guess that kind of makes sense because it's a bigger body, but sure, that's still weird. Anyways, he top decks into the bank, Ram top decks into Call, Tiger top decks into Cycle Reader. You know, those top decks are not what you want to see, especially since, you know, he already has a Crow Engrave. Ram doesn't have any plays, so yeah, kind of bad. And Ram actually finally unbricks with the Ignition here. Tiger Soldier top decks into another debunk. You know, Ram, you know, top decked into Ignition, but it's not actually gonna help much with all of that shit. Doesn't even use it, which is interesting, but yeah, kind of makes sense. You kind of know he has Crow in his hand when he has that many cards in hand. You know, that's an art to the mirror match in general to playing versus back row decks with that. You kind of have to tell when they have Soul Charge or DD Crow in hand and play around those. But yeah, Raminator is playing Hat here. Finally see, and he draws 2 hands. That was a pretty good play. Plays around the Bottomless with the second Fire Handy top decks. But you know, at the same time, he has the bank here, so it won't trigger. Here, yeah, he goes for Call Daunted for Tiras. You know, I would have gone for the Moral Attack just to waste the effect. Frankly, the Breakthrough skill. Because, like... But... Yeah, because like he has two breaker skills in Grave. He has DD Crow and Cycle Reader, so he doesn't have to. He can just waste the DD Crow on a breakthrough skill. I probably would have just done that to, you know, get over the breakthrough skills instead of playing around them. But at the same time, you know, that kind of relies on your top decks. But like still, Tiras doesn't have that much advantage, and I'm not sure why he did that. Like you have two debunks, you kind of want to save the compulsory and use the debunks. Even if it leaves you vulnerable next turn, you know, you have Crow and Cycle Reader, you're fine. I don't get it. I don't get this play. I just don't. I would have just gone for the debunk. I think that was definitely the correct play here. But Tiger top decks into Duality. Let's see what it gets him. Sanctum, Cardcar, or Crow. Sanctum seems like definitely the play here. Because, you know, he has Tiras on the field, but he decides to go for the Cardcar instead. So no attacking for him. Ram goes finally for the Ignition. And Tiger lets that go through for some fucking reason, I don't know. Just fucking debunk him. You have another Firehand. Like, you know, these cards aren't MSTs. Like, you know, you can reasonably assume they aren't MSTs. So I really do not get it. And now you have to waste even Cycle Reader on that, instead of using the Crow on the breakthrough. And he has two calls, yeah. Use your fucking debunks! Jeez! Like, wow, you use the debunk as double Cyclone for, like, dude. That was so minus. For no reason. He top decks into another Cycle Reader and Call of the Haunted. Ram top decks into Moral Attack. Here the play is pretty clear. Normal Firehand and attack the Tiras. And hope he doesn't have the bank. And he does. Yeah. Top. He tributes the big attack for set Moral Attack. But, you know, he already normal summoned. And he didn't get noticed. What the fuck? Dude. The fuck is this match? Ram just double normal summoned. Tiger is playing like shit. Stop decks into Dionia, normal summons it, goes into Gaia for the piercing. Which, you know he has Gaia. I get the idea of, you know, fuel the grave for soul charge to up a play next turn, ignoring the fact that he cheated. But I don't know if it was intentional or not. I'm not gonna assume any intent. But you know he has Gaia. Just fucking normal summon it. You take less damage. My god. Go Haunted, gets countered by a Cycle Reader. Yeah, nice game. Like, another banger of a game. Yeah, sure. If you think so. Am I being too sassy here? I think I'm being a bit sassy. Sass, not sus. With an A, not with a U. Anyways, Ram goes first. He has Ignition, Duality, Myrmilio, Solemn, Moral Attack, and Chain Whirlwind. A very solid hand. Unfortunately, Tiger doesn't have any traps to take advantage of that hand, so... yeah, Dark Hole, Double Cyclone, Ignition, DD Crow, and Duality. Another game where just let's see what he gets off Duality. Moral Attack, Crow, and Ice Hand. I think Crow is absolutely the play here. And he goes for Hyzen. Interesting. You know, I guess... No, it doesn't make sense. You have, like, so many Typhoons. It kinda makes sense, but I would have still picked Crow. It's not really a misplay, more of a disagreement. Let's call it that. Because like I don't think that is an incorrect play. I just would have picked that different play. But he goes for Myrmilio into Bottomless, which frankly in the Cat matchup I just prefer Treachery Supple Nightmare a lot over Bottomless. Set 5 pass. You know, kind of the idea behind this play is like you want to Ignition the opponent's back row, and then you want to Chain Whirlwind into one of the opponent's back row and the big attack you set of Ignition. So going set 5 kind of defeats the whole purpose because, you know, Bottomless is not live here under any circumstance. It is impossible to use the Bottomless here. So we'll just keep the Solemn. Because, you know, you don't know if he has a normal summon. But, you know, if he doesn't... You know, like, I know Bottomless is fine turn 3 because it stops the artifacts, but... You know, you kind of want to snipe them beforehand and Solemn, whatever. And you know, you have the hands, so artifacts are not a big deal. Even if you have a bunch of artifacts up, you still get that value back with the hands. So yeah, I really don't get it. Anyways, he top deck. I think I don't know what he top decked. Probably the Crow or the Bank. I think yeah, the Bank. He top decked the Bank. And with Duality, he has Myrmilio, Moral Attack, and Double Cyclone. I think the play here... You know, it could either get Moral Attack to set big attack with Ignition and then get another pop with Double Cyclone and summon both, or it could get Myrmilio to, you know, normal summon something. You know, you only have one normal summon per turn, use it. And he goes for the Myrmilio. So it's just Bottomless again. Okay, yeah. If you're going second, Bottomless is better because you can stop. You can prevent them from going play this. You can kind of force the Tiras out. But so yeah, makes sense. Going first, I would get TTHN. Going second, Bottomless makes sense. Let's put it that way. TTHN or Void, it's either is fine, frankly. Kind of depends. If you have, never mind. Ignore what I said. Anyways, he goes for Myrmilio Crash. That is the good play, considering you know he has Ice Hand. That is absolutely the correct play here. A pretty big brain of him. But yeah, he goes for setting Moral Attack, and he Chain Whirlwinds is back rows instead of summoning another Moral Attack. Yeah, that honestly, yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's fine to just hold on to that second Moral Attack for later. They're arguing whether Chain Whirlwind can be activated in Chain to Crow because it was chaining too. So they call the judge and they called plant and says it checks previous chain if cards was destroyed in it and last thing it to happen. So yeah, interesting. And he snipes bottomless in the bank, which you know does definitely kind of sucks because now his Tiger is open to his plays, but you know at the same time his plays are kind of weak to hands. Actually no, because actually no, because you know he can use both of his back rows and make Ice Hand dead. So yeah, Tiger is in a pretty decent spot right now, I think. But you know he has all of those counters to the plays, so he's not playing a lot. He pops the more attack, he knows he's there because it's Ram's turn. And he snipes warning. And the more attack gets crowed. He top decks into a dead double cyclone. I guess the only real play here is Darkhold double cyclone. Because, you know, it's pretty clear, you know, he knows that this is bottomless. And why didn't he activate double cyclone? I guess, okay, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, no, okay, actually, no. Yeah, it makes sense. Because this is cat, bottomless is not live versus any normal summon, so it's better to just save it for the artifacts. If this was hat, I would have changed the double cyclone, but because it is cat, it's fine. You know, makes whatever artifacts you draw not dead, so that's good. Here he top decks Maxi and he sets it, top decks the bank and sets it. Top decks 2 double cyclones, yeah. Duality into either another duality, soul charge or big attack. No real great option, so it's either soul charge or duality, I think. Let's pick soul charge, yeah, makes sense. Firehand beatdown. Yeah, here saving is the correct play. Top decks into a pretty unfortunate Ionia, you know, it's kinda... I don't know, yeah, he has Myrmidon here. So never mind. He risks whatever card you set. Doesn't go for double cyclones beforehand. It's interesting. Snipes the bottomless that he knew was there. Goes for, let's see, 101, Black Sheep, Heartland. What? Why? Why? Huh? 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 Okay, I know he has soul charge. And you know, that prevents big soul charge stuff, but... Just make fucking Black Sheep, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. Top decks big attack. Yeah, I guess that's good to wall. Yeah. Next turn he is gonna have to soul charge to get over that. Top decks into Call of the Undead, no more attacks in grave though, so best target is I guess Dionia or Myrmidon. But you know, the Dionia will be a little bit too late. And yeah, Tiger scoops. Yeah. I don't think there was any chance at a comeback here. Okay, so this is an interesting match in what to not do, in my opinion. Mainly game 2. Game 2 was a bit of a clusterfuck. You know, afterwards, game 1 and game 3 are kinda competent, I feel. But yeah, that's it from me. Leave a like, join the Discord, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, all that good shit, and good.